This sporting event on KMA, brought to you by the Sportscasters Club.
And a good evening from Shenandoah. Trevor Mader here with you tonight on the KMA stream online, KMAland.com. We are also video streaming. We hope you are listening to it. We've got a non-conference we hope you're watching as well. Non-conference softball battle on the docket tonight. Riverside taking on Shenandoah. Both these teams, I think it's safe to say the start of the season has not gone the way they would have liked. Shenandoah 1-8 on the season. Their one win came against Red Oak. Riverside 5-7. They started 5-2. Things were looking good for Coach Chris Conover's squad. And then they've dropped 5 in a row against some good teams, I might add. Lennox, who's playing really well. Trainer, who's been playing phenomenal. A kind of maybe underrated Logan Magnolia team. Also, they went to Belle Plaine, ran into a couple of good teams over from the eastern side of the state, including the Belle Plaine Plainsmen. But they're on a 5-game skid. They'd love to get off the schneid here tonight. The pitching battle is going to be worth keeping an eye on. You've got Kenna Ford, who's one of the more seasoned pitchers in KMA land. It seems like she's been in the circle for the Bulldogs for 27 years. She comes in. She's got a 4-4 record on the year, a 2.04 ERA, 62 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .228 against her. Meanwhile, Shenandoah's Jenna Burdorf will be in the circle for the Phillies. Burdorf, only a freshman, 44 2/3 innings of action, a 1-7 record with a 5.8 ERA, 49 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .306 against her. Shenandoah led by head coach Aaron Burdorf. Riverside led by head coach Chris Conover. Leading off for Riverside, it's going to be Morgan Heine, Ella Henderson, Kenna Ford. If anybody gets on base, Elisa Amdor will join the fun. Izzy Blummel also in there, as well as Maddie Heine, Franny Meyer, Ari McGlade, and Lily McCready. We'll get the Shenandoah defense for you here in just a moment as we await the first pitch from Jenna Burdorf to Morgan Heine. Burdorf is pitching. Macy Blank is catching. First pitch swung on by Heine. So we got Macy Blank catching, Lene Green at first, Macy Finley at second, Sita Rodewald is at short, Sarah Morales is at third, Reese Spiegel in left, Cassidy Stevens in center, and Brooklyn Black in right. 210 to straight center here at Sportsman's Park, 190 in the corners. An 0-1 count. Heine foul back brings it to an 0-2 count. Again, it's a beautiful night for some high school softball. Tomorrow we'll have high school baseball going on right behind us. When Creston takes on Shenandoah, Austin McNorton will be there for that one. Heine coming into tonight's matchup, hitting .345. And that one's a called strike 3. She sat on it and goes down looking. So Burdorf gets that first batter out. And sometimes with a young pitcher, that's all you need. Just get a little bit of confidence. And you'll like where you're at as now we go to the 2-hitter for the Bulldogs, that being Ella Henderson. Henderson, the center fielder. Ellie Henderson hitting .423 on the season. Puts that one in play, but it goes right to Burdorf, and just like that, 2 gone for Shenandoah. I don't think you could ask for a much better start. Now, of course, they've still got to get that third out of the inning, and Kenna Ford, not an easy one to do that on. .474 in the season, a .535 on base, a .579 slug. She's got 8 RBIs, 3 extra base hits. And she would love to help her own cause when she takes to the circle here in just a few moments. 2 out, nobody on here at the top of the first. The first pitch from Burdorf to Ford. Pitcher versus pitcher. Hit in play into center. It drops for a hit, and Kenna Ford with a 2-out sing. No, she'll turn for 2. She gets there, so make it a 2-out double. She kind of, lackadaisically turned to first, so you thought maybe she was just going to settle for first, but realized it was hit deep enough that she had a chance to get an extra bag, and she does. Now, Ford, the pitcher, will be courtesy ran for. Carly Henderson will be the go-to for that. She's yet to steal a bag this year. Here's Elisa Amdor, the cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs. She comes in hitting .364. First pitch just gets a piece of it. Rolls fair, though, off the end of the bat. They'll turn Berdorf. Throw down the line to Green is in time for the out. That one, I think she thought it was going to roll foul. It doesn't. Riverside strands one at second. We've played half an inning here in Shenandoah. No score here on the KMA Extreme Online, KMAland.com.
HawkeyeFord.com. It's where you'll find a complete selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. It's also where you can estimate your trade-in value and receive a no-hassle quote. Since 1988, Hawkeye Ford has been offering a high level of customer service and a commitment to making the process of buying your vehicle an enjoyable one. They strive to deliver 100% satisfaction every time you visit their location on Highway 34 east of Red Oak or on their 24/7 location, HawkeyeFord.com.
For over 25 years, Chat Mobility has provided you the latest technology, competitive prices, and a nationwide high-speed network. Though important, we're a whole lot more. We serve your hometown communities, sponsor your local chambers and events. It's our goal to work hard while giving back to those who graciously support us. At Chat Mobility, our interests are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
Well, now Shenandoah goes to the bottom of the first. Sitter Rodewald, Jenna Berdorf, Macy Blank, waiting. Lene Green, if anybody gets on. Also in the lineup, Brooklyn Black, Reese Spiegel, Sarah Morales, Macy Finley, and Cassidy Stevens. Defensively for Riverside, Kenna Ford deals the first pitch strike. Catching is Morgan Heine. Elisa Amdor is at first. Maddie Heine at second. Ari McGlade at short. Lily McCready at third as it's hit to McCready. She'll throw across and can't get it to Amdor. It'll roll. And getting into second safely now is Sitter Rodewald. So I'm going to say that is probably an error. Nonetheless, it's a no-out base runner for Shenandoah. Jenna Berdorf, the pitcher, comes up. So as I was saying, Lily McCready is at third. Then the outfield going left to right, you've got Izzy Blummel, Ellie Henderson, and Franny Mayer. Jenna Berdorf up. Pitcher against pitcher, shows a bunt. McCready comes up from third. Long run, takes a couple steps, gets it to Amdor. There's one gone, but Rodewald does what she needs to do. Moves to third, and now there is one gone in this inning for Shenandoah. Macy Blank will step up to the dish. Blank this season hitting .296, 4 RBIs. 6 on the first one, and it's a called strike. 0-1 the count. Nice night for some softball here at Sportsman's Park. Little toasties. Blank puts that one in play, drifting into center, and underneath it is Henderson. She gets it. They will tag the runner. The throw at home is there, though. What a throw from Henderson to Heine in center. It's an 8-2 putout to end the inning with a double play. And we are moving quick here in Shenandoah tonight. We're scoreless through one here on the KMA Extreme and video streaming online, KMAland.com.
At the ARC Group, we take a disciplined approach to marketing. We understand that education and experience must be at the forefront of your decision-making process, and we also understand that all farms manage risk differently. This is Tim McGann with the ARC Group. I would like to meet with you, learn about your operation, understand your short and long-term goals, and then together we form a plan to maximize profitability on your farm. Call me at 712-370-3497 or visit us at agrisconsulting.net.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider by many of the world's leading brands. OSI delivers leading-edge food solutions for product development as well as processing, and much of it is done from their Oakland, Iowa plant. Being a leader in the industry allows OSI Oakland to give back to the communities by sponsoring area high school events, offering special programs for veterans and other community outreach programs. To learn more, visit osigroup.com and search for the Oakland, Iowa location.
Well, a fast-moving first inning here in Shenandoah. It's 7:36, and we go to the second. I will never complain about that. Scoreless as well. Riverside got a runner on, got it stranded. Then Shenandoah got their lead runner on with Sitter Rodewald reaching on an error. Then she moved to third and was thrown out of the plate. Ellie Henderson, a nice throw and a fly out from center to Morgan Heine. Tags Rodewald out, and that ended the inning. A nice 8-2 double play, or it goes in the books as an F8 8-2 double play. And now we go to the top of the second for Riverside. Izzy Blummel, Maddie Heine, Franny Mayer. Anybody gets on, Ari McGlade would join the fun. Scoreless with Jenna Berdorf on the hill, or in the circle. There is no hill in softball. In the circle for Shenandoah. Berdorf's father, Aaron, the head coach. He's been the head coach for a couple of years now. We had a little bit of a delay, not 100% sure why, but home plate umpire came over, and I don't know if he was checking some with the Riverside dugout or what, but now we're ready to go with Izzy Blummel. Blummel, a multi-sport athlete for the Bulldogs, hitting .273 on the air, sits on that one. Standout volleyball player, a part of a couple of state qualifying track relays as well. She awaits the 1-0 from Berdorf on its way. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. No score here in the top of the second. Riverside 5-7 on the year. They're on a 5-game losing streak. They've lost to, as I mentioned, Logan Magnolia, Lennox, Trainer, Belle Plaine, and Vinton Shellsburg. So that one's just outside. 2 of those are by 1 run. And the Trainer loss was an extra innings. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Izzy Blummel, the left fielder. From Jenna Berdorf. Low and away for a ball. 3-1 now the count. Can set the Shenandoah defense for you. We've got Berdorf pitching, Macy Blank catching, Lene Green at first, Macy Finley at second, City Rodewald at short, Sarah Morales at third, Reese Spiegel, Cassidy Stevens, Brooklyn Black in the outfield. Here's the 3-1, swing and a miss. Count now full. Big pitch coming up for Berdorf. She'll look at the, usually it's a wristband, but she's got it on her bicep, on her left bicep, so she takes a look at that and gets ready to rocket the 3-2 on its way. Misses upstairs, and Izzy Blummel is on with a leadoff walk. So far tonight, I know we're only through an inning and a half, but every leadoff runner, or leadoff plate appearance, I should say, has got on base. Just a matter of who can get someone across first. Maddie Heine now up, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. Chance to move some runners. Nobody out here at the top of the second. Heine hitting only 107, lays down a bunt to Berdorf. Berdorf turns around, throws. Coming over to cover from second was Finley. Got the runner out. Now they throw to Morales. Long throw at third. Got it. Heads up play by Finley. They laid down the bunt, so Green had to come up. Finley came over to cover second, got him out, made the throw on a line to Morales. And it goes as a 1-3-5 double play. And just like that, there's 2 gone. For Riverside, the bases are clear. Actually, excuse me, a 1-4-5 double play. Finley came over from second. Now Franny Mayer comes up to the plate with 2 gone and nobody on. That one misses low and away. Get top of the second. And the 1-0 from Berdorf to Mayer on its way. And that misses for a ball. Okay, that was a 1-4-5 double play from Berdorf to Finley to Morales. And that's a huge one because, you know, if Blummel's able to get on, you've got a runner at third with 1 out. So that's just outside for a ball. Blank tried to maybe frame it in a little bit, but to no avail. And now Berdorf is not in a good spot pitching-wise right now, at least to this batter. Here's a 3-0. Swing and a miss, gets her to chase. And that's what you want when you're down in the count as a pitcher. You just want to get something across the plate and either A, hope they, like what just happened, Mayer can't get it cleanly, or B, at least they put it in play and you trust your defense. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, count now full. And of course, with a hitter too, 3-0, you can take, but also, on a 3-0, 3-1, you can go too. It's just all in how you try to attack it. Now a 3-2, we'll see what this one looks like. That misses upstairs. And Franny Mayer gets on with the walk. Ari McGlade, the shortstop, up for the Bulldogs. She's the 8 hitter, so Riverside would love to turn this over to the top of the order, but if they don't, they will do so in the 3rd. McGlade came in on the year hitting .289. She's registered in quick stats as number 11, but she dons number 22 this year. Here's the first pitch. Misses high and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count on Ari McGlade. Franny Mayer at first. As Coach Chris Conover barks out numbers for his offense, it means something important to them. There's the 1-0 on its way from Berdorf. Outside for a ball. Looked like it was a little low and outside, but nonetheless, it's a 2-0 count. No score. Here in the top of the 2nd at Bob Lucky Fulton Field in Shenandoah. Nice night for some softball. A little warm, but sun's starting to go down a little bit. Part of the infield already shaded as here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss to make it 2-1. Right now there's a little bit of shade in deep center. Also, the dugout shading along the 3rd baseline. And about 25 feet from home plate to first is shaded, but the outfielder's in the sun. Here's the 2-1. In play, in left, and just foul. That did not miss by much from dropping for a hit, but McGlade just misses it, and it brings the count to 2-2. Berdorf, one pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Franny Mayer at first for Riverside. Scoreless right now. Here's the 2-2 on its way from Berdorf. Upstairs, gets by the catcher blank. They will move Mayer to second. She'll stay there. She turned like she was contemplating whether or not she had a chance to go to third, and she says, I think I'll stay where I'm at. And now the count full from Jenna Berdorf to Ari McGlade. The payoff pitch on its way. We're almost on its way. Now it's on its way. The 3-2 low and inside, and it's another walk to put runners on the corners for Riverside with 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd. And now Lily McCready, the 9-hitter, will come up to the plate for Riverside. After McGlade gets on with the walk, McCready awaits the first pitch, swings all the way, but misses. Again, Riverside has runners at first and second with 2 outs. Izzy Blumel got on with a walk, then was part of a double play. Here's the 0-1. Since then, Berdorf's had a couple of walks issued to her. That one just on the outside part of the zone for a ball. 1-1 the count. And 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. Here at the top of the 2nd to Lily McCready, the 3rd baseman. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. McCready coming in to this game, hitting .303 on the year. She's a sophomore, will be a junior. She's got 1 extra base hit. That was a double. She's got 6 RBIs. Here's a 1-2, misses high, brings it to a 2-2. Mayer had a little bit of a lead at second, but retreats back. Mayer at second, McGlade at first. 2 outs, 2-2 in the top of the second. Berdorf taking her time. Now the 2-2 just inside, and the runners were going, and Mayer moves to third. McGlade moves to second. Takes out the play at any plate, and usually on a 2-2 or 3-2, you're going to do that. Probably more so at 3-2, but now if you're blank, last thing you want's a passed ball or something that could score a run and move a runner to third and probably walk McCready. Here's the 3-2 on its way. Swing and a miss, and Berdorf gets out of the jam unscathed. Riverside doesn't get any hits, doesn't get any runs. They leave 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com.
Nutrien Ag Solutions is your leading agricultural retailer of crop inputs and expert solutions. And they're your choice in the region for top-of-the-line products and customer service. When nothing short of the best is your standard, talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in Westboro, Missouri, Coyne, Percival, and Essex, Iowa for fall application and products. Nutrien Ag Solutions, growing your crops and your bottom line.
At PCSB, we believe in helping our customers and our community grow, and service is how we do it. This is about making banking better. We are here to serve. We have an innovative spirit and a heart for people that moves us to do what's right. Because at the end of the day, we know what matters most. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. PCSB, we believe in you. Member FDIC.
Well, we go to the bottom of the second here in Shenandoah. It is the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Phillies. Lene Green, Brooklyn Black, and Reese Spiegel. And Green sits on the first pitch she sees from Kenna Ford for a ball. 1-0 the count. Defensively for Riverside, Kenna Ford pitching, Morgan Heine catching. Alisa Amdor at first, as that one is in there for a strike, makes it a 1-1. Maddie Heine at second, Ari McGlade at short, Lily McCready at third, Izzy Blumhold left, Ellie Henderson in center, and in right is Franny Mayer. That one on a line, right to McGlade at short for the line out, and that's one gone for Shenandoah. Here in the bottom of the second, now Brooklyn Black comes up to the plate. We'll get you her numbers. Black playing in right field tonight for the Phillies. Sees the first pitch high for a ball. She's hitting 172 on the year. So if obviously she would love to bolster those numbers a little bit. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. No score here in the bottom of the second. Shenandoah looking for their second win. Riverside looking to snap a 5-game skid. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You know, Shenandoah's had losses to Nottoway Valley, Clarinda, a couple to Denison. A really good Denison team worth adding. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And there's a strikeout. They get Creston tomorrow. That's 2 gone now for Shenandoah. That is Kenna Ford's first strikeout of the night, her 63rd of the season. And Reese Spiegel, the left fielder, comes up, swings at the first pitch, misses on it, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 the count to Spiegel. Sarah Morales awaiting on deck, hoping for an opportunity. That's lined foul along the left field line, out of play. It's an 0-2 count, so Ford is one pitch away from another. I mean, I don't know if you call the first one a clean inning. As Rodewald reached on I ruled an error. Maybe the official book will disagree, but here's the 0-2. It in play, drifting foul along the third baseline and left field. Coming over, making a grab from left is Izzy Blummel. Had to kind of palm it. And that's how the inning ends. Blumel had to cover a lot of ground. She does it. It's a clean frame for Riverside defensively. We've played 2, no score on the KMA Extreme.
The accolades are pouring in for Northwest Missouri State University. U.S. News and World Report ranks Northwest at Missouri's top. Zippia.com rates it as the best school in Missouri to get a job, and SafeWise ranks Northwest among the nation's safest. Northwest continues to deliver a quality education, so you are career ready on day one. Plus, your textbooks and fully loaded laptop are included in your tuition. Visit nwmissouri.edu to apply today. Northwest Missouri State University, where Bearcats connect.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen, CPAP, BiPAP, lift chairs, or diabetic shoes, Rogers Pharmacy has them all. Let their family serve your family. The full-service, family-owned, independent Rogers Pharmacy, located in Tarkio, Mound City, Maryville, and St. Joe. Visit rogersrx.com.
Well, they go to the third here in Shenandoah and due up for Riverside. It's the top of their order. Morgan Heine, Ellie Henderson, and can't afford anybody gets on. Elisa Amdor will join as well. No score. Riverside, they had a runner get on in the first, stranded at second, had the leadoff runner get on in the second, got caught in a double play, then put runners at second and third before Berdorf was able to muscle a strikeout. Shenandoah had a runner get on at third to start the game. Then that runner got thrown out on a double play to end the inning. And then they went down in order just moments ago. Jenna Berdorf back in the circle for her third inning of work. I love the pace of this game so far. I know maybe now as I've said that might come back to bite me a little bit. But we've played 17 minutes and probably more like 20 minutes, and we're in the third inning already. Here's the first pitch from Berdorf. Hit in the gap in left, and moving in to first is Morgan Heine. So Heine with a leadoff singles. They come through the order a second time now. And Ellie Henderson will come to the plate. She popped out. We'll get a courtesy runner. And we'll see, it looks like we've got a courtesy runner for Riverside, and it's going to be Ayla Richardson, an 8th grader, going for it. Just getting on with a leadoff single was Morgan Heine, and now Ellie Henderson will get her second at-bat of the inning, or the game. Can't afford a waiting as well. She doubled earlier. Richardson at first. Here's the first pitch to Henderson. Slap hitter. Sits on that one. It's high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Jenna Berdorf pitching. Macy Blank catching. Lene Green, Macy Finley, Sarah Morales on the bases. Sid Rodewald at short. Reese Spiegel in left. Cassidy Stevens in center. Brooklyn Black in right. The 1-0 low on the slap hitter Henderson. It's a 2-0 count. And with a slap hitter, obviously that makes the infield play in. I mean, right now, the second baseman Finley is well in. Anything that goes over her head is going to be up to Black and right to probably cover. If it rolls right and if it rolls center, Stevens would have to join. That one just rolls foul along the third baseline. Morales came up to it. And it's a 2-1 count. Riverside led by head coach Chris Conover. They were the Western Iowa Conference champions last year. They've had a couple of tough luck games in the WIC. Ran into a Logan Magnolia squad that is playing really well right now under Coach Rick McHugh. A trainer squad that is much improved with Jaden Huseman in the circle. Here's the 2-1 on its way to Henderson. Slapped it in the gap behind Morales at third. And Morales will just let it roll to Rodewald at short. And they call Henderson out. And I don't really know why they called her out. She might have left the box. That's the only. I think they're going to say she left the box. So when she leaves the box, the run cannot advance either. So there's one gone. again, unfortunately, when you're doing games up here, you don't get the explanations like you would maybe at the collegiate level or professional level, but I'm judging by the way they were reacting as now the runner goes and Richardson gets in safely at second. It looked like the way the umpire was explaining it to head coach Chris Conover, she was outside of the box. And you see that from time to time with a slap hitter. I mean, the whole point of slap hitting is to kind of get that step. It's just a matter of whether or not you stay in the box. That's actually not the first time I've seen that called this year. I have to go back and look at my book and remember who it was that got it called the first time. Now that's hit by Ford along the Riverside dugout out of play to bring it to a 1-1 count. So they had a chance to put runners on first and second with Ellie Henderson, but she gets called out. So that kept Heine at first. Moments ago she was able to take second, though, so anything in play could probably score. On the 1-1 from Jenna Burdorf to Kenna Ford. And that is right to the second baseman, Finley. And Heine had a big jump, so Finley will just go to Rodewald at short, and that's how the inning ends. Another double play for Riverside. We go to the bottom of the third, scoreless here on the KMA Extreme.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
When people ask me what my dad does, I still don't have exactly the right answer. This is Sadie, and my dad is Shane from Schaff Ag. I know he takes calls and texts early in the morning and late at night. I know he does research to find the best products at the best prices. And I know he says, "I'll get that done for you." But I guess I'm still not sure what all is involved in every aspect of agronomy. But I know my dad does it all. Call Shane at Schaff Ag and see for yourself. 712-520-1333.
Well, we go to the bottom of the third here in Shenandoah. No score, and the Phillies still trying to work their way through the order for the first time. Sarah Morales, Macy Finley, Cassidy Stevens, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. So they'll get through the order at least once this inning, and then if anybody gets on base, Sita Rodewald would turn it up to the top. No score. Morales sits on that one. It's just outside for a ball. If you're just tuning in, Riverside, they've had a couple of double plays that have been kind of tonight that have left runners on the bases. Meanwhile, Shenandoah had as Morales fouls that one up, and underneath it cleanly is Heine for one away. Shenandoah had a runner on third back in the first, and it got thrown out on a laser from Henderson to the catcher Heine for the out. Now, one observation I've noticed, Katie Messerschmidt, as the first pitch to Finley, laid down bunt foul. Katie Messerschmidt, when I did their game against Trainer last Thursday, she started at catcher. She's not starting at catcher tonight. They've got Heine back there. And if I remember correctly, and I can tell you in just a moment when I flip to my book, Morgan Heine started for Riverside last week at first, as that one is outside for a ball. So they've got all types of movements going on tonight because they've got, I believe it's at first tonight is obviously not Heine. It is Amdor. And Amdor had been playing in left as there was a 2-1 count. So, yeah, they've had Izzy Blummel, who was a pinch runner, courtesy runner earlier this season, playing in left. That's hit in play and just past the shortstop. Heine at second base for a single. So getting on with a one-out single is Macy Finley. Cassidy Stevens comes to the plate, the 9-hitter for the Phillies. Trying to turn to the top of the order. Shows bump, pulls back. Runner thought about going. Heine throws on a line to Amdor, but doesn't matter. There's Finley gets back safely. It's the first hit of the night for Shenandoah. It comes with one gone in the bottom of the third. More shade beginning to settle upon Bob Folden Field. It's the 0-1 bunt laid down. Coming over from third and making the throw is there McCready to Amdor, and there's one away, or two away. But they don't get the lead runner, and usually that's what you would like to do. But there's two gone. It probably isn't as concerning with two gone than if there was one gone. But Shan does turn it back to the top of the order with Sitter Rodewald, who reached on air and then was thrown out at the plate back in the first. First pitch to Rodewald. She takes a swing, just gets a piece of it, sends it back to the fence, out of play, 0-1 the count. Kenna Ford in the circle for Riverside, a senior, a veteran pitcher for the Bulldogs. Launches the 0-1, that misses low. Remember the Western Iowa Conference 9 last year. The Western Iowa Conference it's been fun to watch. It's going to continue to be fun to watch. Underwood, I would say, is the favorite for sure, but here's a 1-1. Fouled at her knees from Rodewald. Brings it to a 1-2. Underwood's the favorite. Logan Magnolia has been playing well. Trainer looks really impressive right now, although they did lose to Underwood the other night. Riverside, I'd say they're better than their record shows at the moment. As here's the 1-2 on its way. In play right to third to McCready, who pulls her glove out and gets the third out of the inning. So Shan gets one on, but nothing more. We go to the fourth, no score here on the KMA Extreme online at KMAland.com.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
Barrett Auto Center. Sure, they hope you'll consider them your automotive resource when it comes time to buy your next vehicle, but maybe you've just purchased one or are not quite ready for the investment. And Barrett Auto Center says that's okay. Your business is still important. You can still rely on them for all your service, warranty work, tire purchases, maintenance, and more. Barrett Auto Center and BarrettAutoCenter.com is still your resource for any make and model from any dealer. Give them the chance to make sure you come back to Barrett's.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you tonight. Also, we're video streaming online. Huge thanks to Levi's son for helping us out with that all throughout the summer. We've had I'd say probably I'd have to count off the top of my head 10 video streams already this year, with some difficulties maybe here or there, but I think we've got those sorted out. We're going to have many, many more for you during this summer and the regular season, and then into a football season and volleyball season hopefully as well. Coming up on tomorrow night, Austin McNorton will be here. He's got Shenandoah Creston baseball. And then Friday, I've got Woodbine, Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton softball. Looking forward to that one. And then next week, a couple of games will be back here on Wednesday night for Sydney Shenandoah softball. And then Thursday, Lewis Central St. Albert baseball. 4-5-6 for Riverside. Elisa Amdor, Izzy Blummel, and Maddie Heine up to the plate. Franny Mayer, the cleanup hitter in this inning. First pitch of the fourth, swung on, fouled, back to the fence. Amdor runs it out and then retreats back. Again, shade beginning to come in here at Bob Lucky Folden Field. A nice ballpark, 190 to the corners, 210 to dead center. Cars parked in the outfield, many in their folding chairs along the outfield lines. The baseball field right behind us. The tennis courts behind us to our right as well. Here's the 0-1 on its way. That was upstairs, but Amdor swings at it anyways, and it's an 0-2 count. Now Berdorf probably going to give her her best pitch. Again, 0-2. No score in the top of the fourth. The 0-2 to Amdor on its way. Called strike three, got her looking, and there's one gone. Berdorf, 3 strikeouts tonight. I'm sure Coach Aaron Berdorf liking what he's seeing from her so far. And, Shenandoah has had Delaney Voschel the last couple of years, who had been stellar for them, now playing at DMAC. And Berdorf had kind of seen some spot innings here or there. Sometimes you get into those Saturday tournaments, you'd love, or a doubleheader, you'd love to give your workhorse a little bit of a breather, and they did that, and it kind of prepared Berdorf for this year's. Here's Izzy Blummel up to the plate. That first pitch is a strike. And, when you're a freshman playing in the Hawkeye 10, you're playing teams like Denison and Harlan and Atlantic that have hitters up and down the lineup. You're going to take some knocks early on. But I'd say the future definitely bright. Here's the 0-1. Inside, brings it to an 0-2 count. So 0-2, or 1-1, from Jenna Berdorf to Izzy Blummel. Maddie Heine waiting on deck. Blummel got on earlier when she was walked and then was part of a double play. The 1-1 in the dirt for a ball. Now, it's important to note that right now both the batter and the pitcher are shaded. At least half the circle is shaded. 2-1 the count to Izzy Blummel. Berdorf, it's like rubbing the softball, now launches the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. Berdorf's done a good job of battling tonight and gets the strike there, makes it 2-2 with one gone. Here in the top of the fourth. Berdorf trying to work the second out. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Berdorf back-to-back strikeouts and going. It's 2 in a row, and then they say an uncaught third strike, or at least Blummel thought it was. She started to run down the line. The home plate umpire says, well, the drop was on the transfer, which, once it's on the transfer, it doesn't matter. So 2 gone. Berdorf now with 4 strikeouts tonight. So she settled in a little bit. Her 5th one would end the inning. Here's Maddie Heine up to the plate. High and inside. 1-0 the count. Shenandoah last year hovered right around 500. They started, go back to watch, they started really hot. I believe it was something like 28 runs in their first 2 games, 45 in their first 3. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt. Rolls to the catcher, Blank. Now, this year hasn't quite gone as smooth. It's had a couple losses to a good Denison team, a Clarinda team that is much improved. As here's the 2-0 on its way. Swing and a miss, had her chasing. It's a 2-1 count on Heine. Their losses to Nottoway Valley on opening night. We had that one for you. 2-run loss to Clarinda, a 1-run loss to Sydney. Lost to Tri-Center, Glenwood, and then Denison twice. And last night they were blanked by Fremont Mills. They're on a 3-game snide of their own. That one is fouled along the right field line, and it landed near the picnic tables underneath the concession stand, where a handful of Shenandoah students were sitting, and one young man had to duck a little bit to get out of the way. It's a 2-2 count to Maddie Heine with 2 gone, trying to keep this inning alive. Berdorf's been able to muscle back-to-back strikeouts. She's got 4 in the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, nobody on. In the top of the 4th, it's on its way. Swing and a miss. Berdorf, her 5th strikeout of the night. She strikes out the side. We're scoreless through 3.5 here in the KMA Extreme, online at KMAland.com.
Bedford Drug offers more than just your prescriptions. They are now providing immunizations, including flu, pneumonia, and shingles vaccinations. Plus, they offer prescription synchronization for your convenience. Stop in and visit with pharmacist Mike Schweitzer for more information. See their expanded gift selection, too. Convenience, competitive prices, and people willing to help. Just a few reasons that Bedford Drug is the pharmacy with more for you. Get professional and experienced advice on the spot. Bedford Drug on Main Street in Bedford.
Why choose Malvern Bank?
Because Malvern Bank is an education bank.
Malvern Bank provides online informative resources and teaches folks like me financial literacy.
Malvern Bank takes the time to answer your money questions on the phone, in person, or online. As an education bank, we want our customers to be mindful about money.
To become a Malvern Bank customer, visit their website at malvern.bank and be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Malvern Bank, we build community.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com, as we've got a Cars panic button going off in left field. So we will have a delay until they can get that sorted out. And now they've got that sorted out. Jenna Berdorf will lead things off for Shenandoah. No score. Lays bunt. Ford had a tough play trying to reach for it, can't. And Jenna Berdorf able to run it out to get on. I don't know whether you ruled that a hit or a single. That was a tough play for Ford. She had to lunge out to get it. I'm going to be generous for now and say it's probably a single, but nonetheless, Shenandoah doesn't care if it's a single or an error. They've got a runner on first with nobody out. That's all they care about. It's Macy Blank, who flew out to center back in the first, comes up for her second plate appearance of the night. Jenna Berdorf at first. Ford working quick. Again, bunt laid down. It's kind of high, but it gets down. Ford runs over, gets it to Amdor at first. Getting safely to second is Berdorf. So Blank doing what she needs to do there, moving the runner. There's one gone, Lene Green. Now up to the plate. She lined out to short back in the second inning for what was the first down. That one low for a ball. It got away from the catcher, Heine, and Berdorf will take third. So Shan's now got the go-ahead run at third with one out. And if Green could just put the ball in play, the Phillies would be sitting good. That is popped up. Heine trying to make a play on it. She'll run out of room. That brings it to a 1-1 count. That would have been a big one because then it would have taken the sacrifice opportunity out for Shenandoah, but still very much in play. Something hit deep into the outfield is probably scoring Berdorf. It's 2-1 now as that one misses low and away. Also, anything that rolls to the backstop probably scores a run too. So the 2-1 from Ford to Green. Low, and it's a 3-1, and Berdorf is ready. They throw down the line to McCready. Berdorf kind of got off the bag for a moment, and I mean, she was safe, but she was not safe by much. And here's a 3-1 now. In play. It stays in the infield, though. Coming up from second and getting it is Maddie Heine, and that is the worst-case scenario for Shenandoah. They kept it in the infield. So, even if that goes into shallow center, maybe not so much center because it's an easier throw, but if that goes into shallow right for sure, you've got a decent chance of tagging up, but no chance there now. Brooklyn Black will try to keep this inning alive. She sits on that one for a strike. And scoreless, bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. Here at Bob Lucky Folden Field in Shenandoah. This one is tipped back by Black, brings it to an 0-2 count. We've got ourselves a good old pitcher's duel on a Wednesday night, and Derek Howard tells me he would rule that a single from Berdorf, and that's fouled back, and Derek Howard would never lead me in the wrong direction, so I'm gonna take his word for it. Huge thanks to Derek for listening or watching, whatever he's doing. We appreciate it. 0-2. To Brooklyn Black with Jenna Berdorf at third. Macy Blank was a ground-out victim. Lene Green popped out. That one is upstairs for a ball. That is only the second hit Shan has had tonight with Berdorf, as Macy Finley had one back in the second. The 1-2 on its way. Ford trying to get out of this inning. She does as she gets Black looking. And Shenandoah strands a runner at third. We go to the fifth. No score here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com. A pitcher's duel here tonight.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
Sports teach our children important life lessons, like how to work together as a team and the importance of a great coach. TS Prosperity Group, a division of TS Bank, understands the importance of a successful team, especially when it comes to your finances. Let TS Prosperity Group be the coach of your financial team to help guide you to success with the goal of sleeping better, knowing your prosperity is protected for the next generation. Contact tsprosperitygroup.com to schedule your free 30-minute consultation today.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme and video streaming online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you tonight. A non-conference softball battle between Riverside and Shenandoah. Riverside out of the Western Iowa Conference, Shenandoah out of the Hawkeye 10. Two schools separated by about 40 miles. Stepping out of conference tonight. And they've put on a good one so far. No score. We go to the fifth. Been a pitcher's duel. Jenna Berdorf doing nice things for the Phillies. Ken Ford likewise for Riverside. And Riverside goes 7-8-9 in this inning. Franny Mayer, Ari McGlade, Lily McCready. That one is in there for a strike on Mayer. She reached on a walk back in the first and then got stranded at third. Riverside, that was actually in the second, she got stranded at third. Riverside had runners on the corners in the second. Couldn't get any across. And just moments ago, Shan had a runner on third with nobody out and couldn't get it across. Swinging high at that one was Mayer, and she finds herself down 0-2 in the count. Shan also had a runner get thrown out at the plate in the first. Riverside's got themselves into a couple of double plays tonight, so missed opportunities on the bags have certainly helped the pitchers tonight. As here's the 0-2. Just outside for a ball, brings it to a 1-2 count. And I've always been a believer. I think if the count would have been, 2-0, Berdorf maybe gets the benefit of the call on that one, but I don't have the best vantage point. Here's the 1 2 strikes from Jenna Berdorf to Franny Mayer. On its way from Berdorf. Popped up, foul, out of play. It lands on the net between the softball field and the baseball field, and I believe it drops down. I can't really tell, or if it'll just stick up on the net and somebody will have to go get it. Nonetheless, it's a 1-2 count from Berdorf to Mayer after Mayer spoils that one. Basically no wind here at the moment. So 1-2 inside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Again, Berdorf does not miss by much. And it's a 2-2 count with nobody on. Nobody out. First batter of this inning. Been working quick here tonight in Shenandoah. The 2-2 upstairs gets by the catcher blank, but there's nobody on, so it doesn't hurt anything. But it's a full count now to Mayer. She'll step out of the box, takes a practice swing. Now we'll step back in. Just feel like whichever team can scratch a run across first is going to be sitting in a really good spot. Maybe that's obvious for those of you that have been watching and listening at home. But, as tough as runs have been to come by, as here's the payoff pitch on its way. Ooh, that didn't miss by much. And home plate umpire, I think, kind of waited a minute to make the call, too. But Mara gets a leadoff walk. And usually games like this where it's, a pitcher's duel going into the fifth, they go one of two ways. They kind of stay like this, and one team just makes enough plays, or all of a sudden it unwinds and things get weird. We don't know which one we're headed towards yet. I'm fine with either one. Berdorf and Ford have been stellar tonight for their respective teams as Ari McGlade, who reached on a walk back in the second, comes up to the plate. Shows bunt, gets away from the catcher. Black and moving safely to second is Franny Mayer. So 1-0 the count now. with Mayer at second. Nobody out. The 1-0 from Berdorf. This is just inside for a ball, and it's 2-0. And Mayer got on with a walk on a full count, and it's a chance for Riverside to maybe get that go-ahead run here in the fifth. Here's the 2-0 on its way. Hit in play. Morales can't get it. It takes a hop into left. They will send Mayer around. The throw home as well short. Moving to second is McGlade. Give her the RBI. Ari McGlade gets the first run of the night across with the double. And Franny Mayer crosses home, and it's 1-0 Riverside. Nobody out. We go back to the top of the order. Back to the bottom of the order. Lily McCready then will turn over the top with Morgan Heine patiently awaiting. McCready, a strikeout victim tonight. Berdorf's got 5 of those. We had time for a moment. Now we come back. Get a runner on second. Bunt showed, and it goes foul. She, just barely made contact with it. So it's a 0-1 count to Lily McCready. With Ari McGlade at second. Nobody out. Riverside just took the lead moments ago. The 0-1. Bunt laid down. It hits the batter. They're going to say that, yeah, it was in the box, so it's a strike. She laid down the bunt, and then when it came back up, it hit the bat again. It's a dead ball, makes it an 0-2 count. With a runner on second, nobody out. Berdorf trying to work that out. One zip Riverside, just getting run across moments ago with McGlade's RBI. Inside and low for a ball. 1-2 now the count. Jenna Berdorf. It's been nice tonight. He's got 5 strikeouts, had the shutout going until just moments ago. Now trying to work out of this with as minimal damage as possible. The 1-2 fouled back to the fence. Pitch kept alive by McCready. Again, Shenandoah 1-8 on the year. Riverside 5-7. Shenandoah trying to snap a 3-game skid. Riverside on a 5-game skid. So somebody's going to get back in the win column tonight. Now the infield essentially all shaded except for a few spots. Here's the 1-2 inside and low, and it's a 2-2 count. Now Shenandoah turns around tomorrow. They get Creston. Riverside will be back at it as well. Coming up tomorrow, they get Missouri Valley in Mo Valley. The 2-2 to McCready on its way. Chopped fair. Coming up is Berdorf. Throw to first to Green. I don't think she got her, and she didn't. And then the throw home. They get her, though. Now McCready will run to second, and she is out. Wow. It was a slow roll. I don't really know how the heck you scored that, but it was a slow roller. Ford came up, made the throw to first. It was just late. McGlade was circling for home. Green throws her out at the plate. Then they're able to get McCready out. So that goes down as a single for McCready. And then if I'm correct, it would be a 1-3-2 that got McGlade out. So it's a 1-3-2 for McGlade, and then it'd be a 1-3-2-4. Either way, it's the first and second outs of the inning, and that's huge for the Phillies. It clears the bases. As Riverside turns it over the top of the order with Morgan Heine. It looked like McCready had ran it out. Riverside maybe just get a little greedy. They send McGlade home. Nice throw by Green. Didn't get rattled after that bang play. Blank applied the tag as that's hit in play. Drifting into the outfield. Coming over is Rodewald. Tough grab. Gets it, though. And Riverside gets one across. But that could have been a lot worse for Shenandoah than it was. They'll get a chance to counter as we go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Riverside here on the KMA Extreme.
Iowa Western Community College has important news for you. If you're a high school senior trying to figure out what your next step in life will be after high school, consider this. Students learning trade-specific skills will get you into the workplace quicker, making a good living and having a lot less college debt. Iowa Western offers 1 to 2 year programs in nursing, welding, industrial tech, and advanced manufacturing, plus many others. Great skills and great pay in less time. Talk to Iowa Western Community College in Clarinda and Shenandoah and start planning your future now.
HawkeyeFord.com. It's where you'll find a complete selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. It's also where you can estimate your trade-in value and receive a no-hassle quote. Since 1988, Hawkeye Ford has been offering a high level of customer service and a commitment to making the process of buying your vehicle an enjoyable one. They strive to deliver 100% satisfaction every time you visit their location on Highway 34 east of Red Oak or on their 24/7 location, HawkeyeFord.com.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme and video streaming online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you tonight. It is 1-0 Riverside. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and due up for Shenandoah in this inning is going to be Reese Spiegel, Sarah Morales, and Macy Finley. If anybody gets on, Cassidy Stevens will join as well. Riverside was able to score 1 run on RBI from Ari McGlade back in the top of the fifth, but then Shenandoah gets a double play, including a throw out at the plate that they really needed as Spiegel sits on that one. Riverside very easily could have had a 2-0, 3-0 lead. And right now it's only a 1-run deficit. Spiegel fouls that one back into the street behind us, and it'll take a couple hops, and we'll see how far it rolls before it's retrieved. 1-1 the count to Reese Spiegel. She flew out to left back in the second inning. Defensively for Riverside, Kenna Ford is pitching. Morgan Heine catching. Alyssa Amdor, Maddie Heine, Ari McGlade, Lily McCready. The bases, that's hit in play. Coming over from left is Blummel, and she's underneath it, and there's one gone. Izzy Blummel, as you just noticed, is in left. Ellie Henderson in center. Brandy Mayer is in right. Now Sarah Morales comes up. She popped up back in the third inning. Morales this season sits on that one for a strike. Morales so far this year, 294. Only 2 RBIs. State medalist thrower for the Phillies. Sits on that one high for a ball, brings it to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Sarah Morales off the arm of Kenna Ford. 1 gone, that one upstairs. 2-1 now the count. 1-0 Riverside, bottom of the fifth here in the KMA Extreme. This game going on an hour now. Here's the 2-1 in there for a strike, 2-2 the count. Ford has been methodical, or I don't really know that that's the best word for it. I mean, she's been stout, but nothing flashy, only 2 strikeouts, but she's trusted her defense, and that's hit in play, and just like that, here's a throw from short to McGlade to Amdor, and it's there for an out. There's 2 gone, and when I talked to Coach Chris Conover before the season, he said, we're at our best when Kenna's letting the ball get in play and we're able to make plays. I mean, it's as eye-popping as it is when you're able to post those 12, 14, 15 strikeout nights. Also, having your defense make plays as a team, at least Coach Conover feels like, makes you better for the long haul. Here's Macy Finley up with 2 gone in the bottom of the fifth. Shenandoah in a 1-run deficit, beginning to run out of outs. She swings at that one and misses, makes it a 1-1 count. Shenandoah trying to snap a 3-game skid. Riverside trying to snap a 5-game skid. So somebody is going to leave happy. That one is sat on by Finley for a strike, and it's a 1-2 counter now. If you're Finley, you're in a tough spot because you can't be too picky, but you don't want to chase too much either. The 1-2 on its way. She wanted to chase, but she sits on it at the last moment, and it's a ball. Brings it to a 2-2. Shenandoah's gone down in order so far in this inning. That's hit in play to short. McGlade won't make the throw. They'll just let her run it out. And it's a 2-out single for Macy Finley, her second single of the night. You know, McGlade could have maybe tried to make something happen, but, I mean, she wasn't. It would have taken a lot to get the out there. You might as well, at that point, just save the hit. Last thing you want is for it to roll to the fence or whatever and have Finley able to advance, as there's a swing and a miss from the 9-hitter, Cassidy Stevens, who grounded out back in the third. At least now, I mean, you've got the runner on, and you've got a force now at first or second. Stevens sits on that one. She's now down to the count 0-2. 1-0 Riverside, bottom of the fifth. Ford launches the 0-2 low, and inside it's a 1-2 count. Finley doesn't go. She gets back safely. Siderotawald would love to get a shot in this inning. They can turn it back to the top of the order. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ford, her third strikeout of the night, ends the frame. We go to the sixth. Riverside clinging to a 1-0 lead here on the KMA Extreme, online at KMAland.com.
For over 25 years, Chat Mobility has provided you the latest technology, competitive prices, and a nationwide high-speed network. Though important, we're a whole lot more. We serve your hometown communities, sponsor your local chambers and events. It's our goal to work hard while giving back to those who graciously support us. At Chat Mobility, our interests are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
At the ARC Group, we take a disciplined approach to marketing. We understand that education and experience must be at the forefront of your decision-making process, and we also understand that all farms manage risk differently. This is Tim McGann with the ARC Group. I would like to meet with you, learn about your operation, understand your short and long-term goals, and then together we form a plan to maximize profitability on your farm. Call me at 712-370-3497 or visit us at agriskconsulting.net.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme and online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you tonight. And it's 1-0 Riverside as we go to the sixth. And Ellie Henderson will lead things off. Again, Riverside got one across in the fifth. That's all they've got so far. Ellie Henderson, Kenna Ford, Elisa Amdor in this inning for sure for Riverside, and then Izzy Blummel would join if anybody gets on. Jenna Berdorf pitching for Shenandoah. Macy Blank is catching. Lene Green at first. Macy Finley at second. Siderotawald at short. Sarah Morales at third. First pitch, slap hit. Henderson sits on that one. It's a ball. In the outfield for Shenandoah, Reese Spiegel in left. Cassidy Stevens in center. And Brooklyn Black in right. Berdorf, 5 strikeouts. 2 were named tonight, 3 of which came back in the 4th inning. Slap hit Anderson. Rolls. Ooh, Black picked it up. And it's going to get on with a single. Blank was kind of in no man's land there. She picked it up thinking it wasn't going to roll foul. And Henderson's able to just run it out as Blank didn't really have a play on it. It's kind of, that's no man's land when you lay down a bunt, because if you let it wait too long, you're giving them the base, but if you pick it up, you'll never know if it would have rolled foul. But leadoff runner on for Riverside, and up to the plate is Kenna Ford, the pitcher. She'd love to give herself a couple insurance runs. Sits on that one for a ball. Runner goes. Henderson gets down safely. Rodewald came over from short. And it's a 1-0 count to Kenna Ford. It's cooled down a little bit here at Sportsman's Park, but it's still toasty. But that's what you expect for June in KMA land. 1-0 count to Kenna Ford. On its way. Swung on and just gets a piece of it. It sends it back to the catcher blank. It was off her gear. And it's a 1-1 count. The home plate umpire will come out and brush the dirt. And top of the 6th. 1-0 Riverside. Berdorf will clean the softball. Henderson ready to go at second. That one is low. Henderson goes, throw, rolls into left. Morales wasn't ready for it. They will send Henderson around. And Riverside now has a 2-0 lead. Yeah, I don't think Morales was anticipating a throw there. Henderson got a nice lead, and you throw inside the bag and rolls into left. Henderson scores. And it's now 2-0 Riverside. Kenna Ford sitting on a 2-1. Base is clear now after Henderson able to score. Here's the 2-1. High for a ball. Kenna Ford does have some power in the bat. She's been known to go deep occasionally. See if she's taken on this one. 3-1. On its way. It's in the dirt, so she really didn't have a choice but take, and Kenna Ford gets on with a 5-pitch walk. And we will get a courtesy runner for Riverside, with Ford being the pitcher. And it'll be Ayla Richardson. I believe Coach Conover had originally called for, I think maybe Elisa Amdor, but she's currently in the lineup, so that wasn't doable. Now Elisa Amdor will come up to the plate. Ayla Richardson is running at first. 2-0 Riverside, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. So Richardson at first, Elisa Amdor up to the plate. Riverside trying to add to this lead. The 0-0 bunt laid down, goes foul. And it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 to Alyssa Amdor, who so far tonight has struck out and grounded out. Berdorf will look at the, I guess you'd call it the cheat sheet on her left bicep. Now gets ready for the 0-1. Bunt laid down, foul by Amdor. We'll go back with an 0-2 count. Again, 0-2. Alyssa Amdor. Izzy Blummel awaiting on deck for Riverside. So they've got Maddie Heine awaiting and Franny Mayer. Riverside just able to get a run back moments ago. And the 2-0 from Berdorf, or the 0-2 from Berdorf is just low. Runner gets back safely. Richardson slides into first. And it's a 1-2 count. This game was scoreless going into the 5th. Riverside got one on an RBI from Mary McGlade. Just got one moments ago. Ellie Henderson was able to get on with a single, and then throwing error allowed her to score. Here's the 1-2. On its way. Hit just foul along the right field line. Along the first base and right field line, I should say. Keeps the count at 1-2. Meanwhile, in softball action elsewhere tonight, Laney Sheffield just went deep for St. Albert's. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On its way to Amdor. She swings it, fouls it back to the fence, tosses her bat. Again, nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th. Riverside 5-7 on the year. Shenandoah 1-8. But it's a long season. As here's the 1-2. Rolls, gets by the catcher Blank, and moving safely to second is Richardson. And it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Feels like a lengthy at-bat up to this point for Amdor. She steps out of the box, now steps back in. Again, 2-2 the count. From Jenna Berdorf to Alyssa Amdor. That one misses high. Good job by Blank to use all of her length to get that one in the glove. And it fills the count, but if that rolls back, maybe it would move Richardson to third, but she has to stay at the moment. Coach Conover telling Amdor to stay choked up, put something in play because it would move the runner. If it goes in the outfield, it might score the runner. The full count pitch from Jenna Berdorf to Alyssa Amdor on the way. Swing and a miss. Berdorf got her to chase. That is the 6th strikeout of the night for the freshman Berdorf. There's 1 gone in the 6th. That's Amdor's 2nd strikeout of the night, and we go to Izzy Blummel, who's also got a strikeout to her name. She also got on with a walk and then was caught in a double play. First pitch to Blummel, shows bump, pulls back. Richardson between second and third will retreat. One-0 the count on Blummel. 1 ball, no strikes to Blummel. She's up in the box. You got to be careful not to. She doesn't have much room. She hits that one in play into center. That is back. That'll drop cleanly back to the fence. They'll send Richardson around. Blummel's wheels will move her to third. Rodewald cut off to Morales. It gets by her. They will keep Blummel at third as Coach Conover had to get out of the way of that one. But it's an RBI triple for Izzy Blummel. And it is 3-0 Riverside. She just timed it up, hit it in the gap. Spiegel and Stevens had to pursue it back to the fence. And they actually had a decent throw at third to Blummel. Rodewald cut it off, and then they had a chance. That throw's on line. That's a bang-bang play, but unfortunately, 'twas not. And now it's Maddie Heine up with a runner on third, and 1 gone for Riverside. Now up 3-0. Heine shows bunt, pulls back, gets away from the catcher Blank. She keeps it in front of her, though. Brings it to a 1-0 count. If that gets behind her, Blummel's got wheels. As I mentioned earlier, a state qualifier and a handful of relays for Coach Jared Hoffman's district championship track squad last spring. Here's the 1-0 on its way. Again, shows bunt, pulls back. They call that a strike. It was just inside the zone. Maddie Heine is 0 for 2 tonight. Had the just your everyday 1-4 where it was a slow roller. Berdorf had to come up and get it. Also, Green had to come up from first on that play. Finley came over to cover and got it. Also, a strikeout tonight for Heine. Trying to get her first hit of the night on a 1-1 count, and her first hit would likely drive in a run. Shows bunt, lays it down. Berdorf looks for the runner, gets to throw it first. Now the runner goes, and it's in safely. Blummel anticipated that well, waited till Berdorf turned her back. So Heine goes down for the second out, but Riverside gets another run. Yeah, Blummel just waited, and as soon as Berdorf turned and made the throw, she was moving. Gets another run. It's now 4-zip Riverside. Franny Mayer up to the plate. She scored the first run of this game. Times that one up. It just sends it foul onto the baseball field. The Mustangs off tonight. They'll be at it tomorrow night on the KMA airwaves. Austin McNorton will have the call of that one. Creston and Shenandoah in the Hawkeye 10. Creston got a win over Clarinda last night. I pitch to Mayers upstairs. 1-1 the count. Hawkeye 10 in softball this year. Atlantic right now looking like the team to beat, but Creston, Harlan, Denison all playing well. Clarinda's young. Kemper's done some nice things. Here's the 1-1. Lewis Central's been maybe the, aside from the usual suspects, maybe the most impressive team from kind of that. I mean, you coming in, it's a 2-1 count now on Mayer. You coming in, Atlantic, Creston, they were probably going to be the top two. The question was who after that. Right now, Lewis Central's emerged. Mayer check swing. They say she went. It might have been in the zone anyways, and they call it a strike two. So 2-2 the count from Jenna Berdorf to Franny Mayer. Berdorf tossed, 4 pretty stout innings. And things got a little away so far here in the 6th. Riverside's been able to get 3. 1 on an RBI from Izzy Blummel. I want it in the dirt. Blank keeps it in front of her, but there's nobody on, so I guess it doesn't really matter to keep it in front. Fills the count. Now if you're Shenandoah, it's all about damage control. Down 4-zip. Here's the payoff pitch from Jenna Berdorf to Franny Mayer. On its way. Swing and a miss. Berdorf gets her 7th strikeout of the night, but Riverside gets 3 runs across on what I've tallied as 2 hits, including an RBI from Izzy Blummel. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-zip Riverside here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen, CPAP, BiPAP, lift chairs, or diabetic shoes, Rogers Pharmacy has them all. Let their family serve your family. The full-service, family-owned, independent Rogers Pharmacy, located in Tarkio, Mound City, Maryville, and St. Joe. Visit rogersrx.com.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com, as well as video streaming. Trevor Mater here with you. It's 4-0 Riverside. Shenandoah needs to get 4 outs and 4 runs in their next 6 outs if they want to get their second win of the season, and they start this inning. It's the top of their order. Sitta Rodewald, Jenna Berdorf, Macy Blank. Anybody gets on base, it'd be Lene Green getting into the lineup as well for the Phillies, led by head coach Aaron Berdorf. Kenna Ford in the circle for Riverside tonight. That's popped up in play. Heine trying to chase it. Had to look for it and gets it. She had kind of a tough time with that one, shedding the gear and then looking around and finally able to locate it and get the first out. As I mentioned, Heine in the catcher spot tonight. Katie Messerschmidt, who had been their catcher earlier in the season, not in the lineup. I don't have any insight on as to why, but Heine in the lineup tonight. 1-0 the count. That's outside for a ball. Now a 2-0 count. Pitcher against pitcher. Berdorf sits on that one. It just misses low for a ball. 3-0 the count. On Jenna Berdorf. The 3-0 is low. It's a 4-pitch walk. Is that the first one Fortis walk tonight? I think it is. It is. There's not been a lot of base runners tonight for Shenandoah. Berdorf's been 2 of their base runners, and they've only had, looks like 5 all night. And now Berdorf will get a courtesy runner. And it'll be Caroline Rogers, courtesy running for her now. Macy Blank will come up to the plate. Macy 0 for 2 on the evening. 4-0 Riverside, bottom of the 6th. This game was scoreless going to the 5th. Riverside got 1 on Ari McGlade RBI. And then 3 on a couple of hits in the 6th. That one is low for a ball. Heine comes up ready to throw, but Rogers stays where she is at first. Again, 1-0 the count. That one high and inside. It's 2-0. Again, coming up tomorrow, Creston, Shenandoah. Baseball. Then Friday, we've got Woodbine, Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton, softball, the Rolling Valley Conference, as that one's in there for a strike to bring it to a 2-1 count. Kind of a light week next week. We've got Sydney Shenandoah softball on Wednesday nights. That's hit in play, but it's going to stay in the infield. McGlade is there, and there's 2 gone for Shenandoah in the bottom of the 6th. They're down to 4 outs remaining tonight. That's on Wednesday. We've got Shenandoah and Sydney. Also on the KMA airwaves that night, we've got East Mills, Orion Maxburg baseball from Malvern, as that one is low and in the zone to Lene Green for the first strike. Then we got I'm really excited about the one next Thursday about Lewis Central St. Albert baseball. That game could have implications on the Hawkeye 10. It's hit and play by Green, but to the first baseman on the bag, Amdor, and that's how the inning ends. So Shan gets 1 runner on, but cannot do anything with it. Riverside will try to add some more insurance runs as we go to the 7th, 4-0 here on the KMA Extreme.
HawkeyeFord.com. It's where you'll find a complete selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. It's also where you can estimate your trade-in value and receive a no-hassle quote. Since 1988, Hawkeye Ford has been offering a high level of customer service and a commitment to making the process of buying your vehicle an enjoyable one. They strive to deliver 100% satisfaction every time you visit their location on Highway 34 east of Red Oak or on their 24/7 location, HawkeyeFord.com.
Why choose Malvern Bank?
Because Malvern Bank is an education bank. Malvern Bank provides online informative resources and teaches folks like me financial literacy.
Malvern Bank takes the time to answer your money questions on the phone, in person, or online. As an education bank, we want our customers to be mindful about money.
To become a Malvern Bank customer, visit their website at malvern.bank and be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Malvern Bank, we build community.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you. We go to the 7th. It is 4-0 Riverside holding on to a lead. They'll try to add some insurance runs before they turn over to the bottom of the 7th and due up in this inning for the Bulldogs. It is their 8-9-1 with Ari McGlade, Lily McCready, and Morgan Heine. And then Allie Henderson, the 2-hitter, could also get on if they're able to get any runs across. They had 1 across in the 5th, 3 in the 6th to get us this 4-0 position that we are in. The first pitch to McGlade, low. McGlade had the go-ahead RBI back in the fifth. Franny Mayer had got on with a walk and maneuvered her way around the bases. McGlade was able to drive her in. I mean, the first 4 innings, this had been a pitcher's duel. I mean, not that it hasn't still been solid pitching. Here's the 1-0. McGlade hits that one into left. Coming over is Spiegel. She can't get it cleanly. It was off her glove. McGlade will get to second safely. She thought about going to third. She'll circle back. And I'm going to say that's it's off the glove. You got to rule that an error, I would say. And McGlade able to get to second. And Lily McCready, the 9-hitter, at the plate for Riverside. She singled and has struck out tonight. 4-zip Riverside, trying to add some insurance runs before they turn it over to Shannon, the 7th. They'll go with their 4-5-6. Actually, they're 5-6-7. That's a ball. Yeah, Shannon will go Brooklyn Black, Reese Spiegel, Sarah Morales to try to spark a rally. They know they need at least 4 runs. Just a matter of, if they'll need more than that. Berdorf on the 1-0. McCready shows bump, pops it up. You got to be careful with that. Those are always dangerous. And last thing you don't want to, you want a bunt that gets down, not one that gets in the air. So the 1-1 from Berdorf to Lily McCready. Riverside wanted to make the 40-mile drive back up Highway 59 with their first win in 5 tries. Again, bunt laid down. Morales comes up from third. Throw to Green at first is there. So they get the out at first, but I mean, that's what McCready was in there to do, is move the runner. McGlade gets to third. So McCready goes down on the 3-2 putouts. Morgan Heine, the leadoff hitter in the lineup for Riverside, comes up. 1 for 3 tonight. She struck out. She's popped out. And she singled, but then was caught in a double play. Berdorf. First pitch, swung back foul, goes on the net in front of the bleachers here in Shenandoah. Berdorf will step back to the circle after she gets a new softball and get ready for the 0-1. Again, 4-zip Riverside. Morgan Heine trying to get something going. She shows bunt, lays it down. Berdorf comes up, checks the runner, throws to first. Green gets it. Now the throw home is late, so that's exactly what Riverside want to do. Kind of like that run Blumel scored earlier. As soon as Berdorf turned around, and are they gonna say, I think they called Heine safe. It looked to me like unless Green came off the bag, it looked to me like Heine was safe, or Heine was out, but Coach Berdorf now wants an explanation. He's trying to plead his case. Again, it looked to me like it was a pretty open out, but they're going to say she was safe, and I wouldn't say Coach Berdorf is thrilled with whatever the umpire told him, but I mean, he could be a lot angry. So we'll see what they decide. As now both umpires have decided to converse. Again, 1 out, and they are going to say the runner stays. So they're going to say that, yeah. Well, the beauty of this is if you're watching, you got to see it live, and you'll be able to go back and watch the replay of it. So still one out now. Morgan Heine will be courtesy ran for us. She's the catcher. And that scored a run as well, so that works perfect for Riverside. Zayla Richardson's in. And Katie Messerschmidt, who caught the other night, is in the lineup right now as a hitter for Ellie Henderson. 5-zip Riverside with one gone here in the 7th. She lays down bunt. It goes foul. Again, 0-1 with one gone. Just moments ago, Heine laid down a bunt. It was kind of a bang-bang play. They called her safe. It scored the runner from third as well. Riverside loves those squeezes. The 0-1, Messerschmidt lays down a bunt. Green had to come up to first. The throw brought Finley off the bag, now to third safely. And I think she was safe that time, is Heine. Morales had to kind of come off the bag. That one, the way the bunt dropped, Burdorf came up, Morales came up, Green came up. It just kind of stopped, and everyone hesitated for a moment. Finally, Green made the throw to Finley, but brought her off the bag, so that puts Messerschmidt safe. And then coming up and getting to third was Morgan Heine. And we will see it's now 5-zip Riverside leading Shenandoah. And that looked like, I'd say at third, that looked like it was probably the right call. But here's the first pitch to Kenna Ford. She sits on that one inside. Then the throw, they were trying to get Morales. They were trying to get to Morales at third. It kind of went by her. Rodewald there to cut it off, though, and maybe save it from going into the infield. Again, 5-zip. With a 1-0 count to Kenna Ford. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2-0 the count. So 2-0 with one gone. Katie Messerschmidt at first. And at third is Morgan Heine. Actually, it's a courtesy runner for Heine, Ayla Richardson. Riverside's got one more on in the 7th. Trying to add another. Ford sits on that one. It's a 3-0 count. This game maybe starting to get away from Shenandoah a little bit. So the 3-0 on the way from Burdorf to Ford, pitcher against pitcher. That's in the dirt, and it's a walk. So put Kenna Ford on the bases, and they are loaded for Riverside here in the top of the 7th. And Coach Aaron Burdorf going to come out and have a conversation with Jenna Burdorf. I wonder if her night won't be done, and it looks like it is. And we're going to get a pitching change. Burdorf will move to first. Shenandoah will make a pitching substitution, and it'll be Peyton Athan, an 8th grader, coming in. Carly Henderson, meanwhile, is going to courtesy run for Ford. So Peyton Athan, an 8th grader, comes in. She's seen 4 1/3 innings so far this season. She'll come in, try to get the next couple outs to the bases loaded. They put Burdorf at first. Looks like Lene Green's night is done. We'll take a quick break while Athan warms up. 5-zip Riverside here in the top of the 7th.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen, CPAP, BiPAP, lift chairs, or diabetic shoes, Rogers Pharmacy has them all. Let their family serve your family. The full-service, family-owned, independent Rogers Pharmacy, located in Tarkio, Mound City, Maryville, and St. Joe. Visit RogersRx.com.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader here with you tonight. It is 5-0 Riverside leading Shenandoah in the top of the 7th. Riverside's got the bases loaded, 1 out. Trying to add on some more insurance runs. Alyssa Amdor at the plate for Riverside. That one drifting along the right field line. It's out of the glove of Black. It'll easily score at least one. They're sending the runner from second around, make that 2 runs. And runners on the corners for Riverside. They have blown this game open in the 7th. It's 7-0. Henderson, who was courtesy running for Ford, is now at third. Izzy Blummel will step up to the plate. And Riverside's really got to like where they're at. Again, Shenandoah will turn things over in the order to Brooklyn Black, Reese Spiegel, and Sarah Morales. Bunt show by Blummel. She pulls back. Now the runner at second, Amdor will runner at first. Amdor will go to second. And it's an 0-1 count. Berdorf will, actually it's Athan, pardon, back in the circle. Berdorf at first. Blummel sits on that one. It's a called strike, brings it to an 0-2. This game was scoreless going to the 5th. Riverside got 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 3 more in the 7th to bring it to 7-0. The 0-2 upstairs, it's 1-2. Then the throw got away from the pitcher, Athan, but luckily Finley was able to cover it at second and keep it from rolling anywhere. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 gone. As swung on and missed by Blummel, and there's a strikeout for Athan. There's 2 gone now for Riverside. Is up to the plate will come Maddie Heine. So Jenna Berdorf's night pitching ended with 6 strikeouts. As Heine pops out one foul along the first base line. Can't glove it is Berdorf, but it's foul. And it's an 0-1 count. 7-zip Riverside. They've got Carly Henderson at third. Alyssa Amdor at second. They've almost worked their way through the order. Maddie Heine, the 8th batter of this inning for the Bulldogs. Fouls that one back to the fence. And if you're just tuning in, this game was scoreless going to the 5th. Riverside took the lead on Ari McGlade RBI. Shan went 2 outs, then had a runner on first, but couldn't get any further in the 5th. Riverside got 3 in the 6th on an RBI from Izzy Blummel that drove in one that gave him a cushion. Now they've added to that in the 7th, trying to continue to add with 2 gone. The pitch to Heine, swung on and missed. That's how the frame will end. So Shenandoah is going to need 7 runs to keep this game alive in the bottom of the 7th here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com.
The accolades are pouring in for Northwest Missouri State University. U.S. News and World Report ranks Northwest at Missouri's top. Zippia.com rates it as the best school in Missouri to get a job. And Safewise ranks Northwest among the nation's safest. Northwest continues to deliver a quality education, so you are career ready on day 1. Plus, your textbooks and fully loaded laptop are included in your tuition. Visit nwmissouri.edu to apply today. Northwest Missouri State University, where Bearcats connect.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full-service pharmacy where you can not only fill prescriptions, but they also carry an impressive line of medical equipment to meet all of your needs. So whether you need oxygen, CPAP, BiPAP, lift chairs, or diabetic shoes, Rogers Pharmacy has them all. Let their family serve your family. The full-service, family-owned, independent Rogers Pharmacy, located in Tarkio, Mound City, Maryville, and St. Joe. Visit rogersrx.com.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme and online, KMAland.com. Shenandoah needs a big inning here in the bottom of the seventh. Brooklyn Black, Reese Spiegel, Sarah Morales going to try to spark it. They need at least 7 to tie it, 8 to walk it off. Going to be no easy task against Kenna Ford, who's been very workmanlike tonight. Maybe that gets overused, but when you look at her line, I believe only 3 hits. Hasn't given up an earned run. As that's hit in play, and it goes foul. Brings it to an 0-2 count. So 0-2 to Brooklyn Black. Riverside trying to snap a 5-game skid. They've lost to some really good teams in that stretch, as that one is in the dirt. You know, they lost to Trainer in an extra inning classic the other night, a game that I had the privilege of broadcasting. Then they went to Belle Plaine and dropped battles to Vinton Schellsburg in Belle Plaine, as that one is a ball, makes it 2-2. Then they had another classic against Lennox on Monday night. TJ Stokes struck out 22 Riverside batters in a 2-1 win in extras. That one's upstairs for a ball. So Black staying alive, and the count full. And then, unfortunately, they were blown out by Logan Magnolia last night. That one fouled back. Black keeps it alive for another pitch. And Shenandoah needing a big run, or a big inning, and 7 runs to boot. Riverside's got Mo Valley coming up tomorrow night. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled back again by Black. Pretty similar spot. Shan trying to get that second win of the year. Their one win came against Red Oak. They've had losses to Denison, as that one's hit in play. Slow roller to second. Heine, glove to Amdor, and there's one gone for Shan here in the bottom of the 7th. Maddie Heine got it to Alyssa Amdor, and Reese Spiegel is 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of flyouts to left. We'll try to keep the game going. She sends that to center, backhand underneath it to put the second one gone. For Riverside is Ella Henderson, and this game down to its final out. And that is Sarah Morales that is up to the plate with 2 gone. Riverside trying to hold on and get the victory. Can afford. Again, not a lot of strikeouts tonight. Only 3. First pitch is inside for a ball. So 1-0 the count. Ford gets ready for the 1-0. It is in there for a strike. We called a ball. 2-0 the count. So 2-0 with 2 gone to Sarah Morales, who is 0 for 2 tonight. That one upstairs, ball 3. Awaiting on deck, hoping for an opportunity, is Macy Finley. Right now, Morales sitting on a 3-0. We'll see if she takes. She does, and it's in there for a strike, 3-1. This game going on about an hour and 45 minutes, nearing the end. The 3-1 with 2 gone, nobody on, and a 7-zip Riverside lead in the bottom of the 7th to Morales. Upstairs and outside, it's a walk. Shenandoah with a little bit of breath. Brings Finley up. We're going to get a pinch runner for Shenandoah. And it'll be Sydney Edwards. So 2 gone. Macy Finley, who's got 2 singles tonight. She's got what I would, just first glance, 2 of Shenandoah's only 3 hits. Jenna Berdorf had the other one. First pitch to Finley. Outside for a ball. Heine pops up, ready to throw to second if needed, but Edwards isn't going anywhere. And the 1-0 on its way from Ford to Finley. She sits on it. It's a strike. She thought about it, choked up a little bit, decides to take, and it's a 1-1. Again, 1 ball, 1 strike on its way in the dirt. Kept in front by Heine. And it's 2-1. Ford into her delivery. Inside for a ball, 3-1. Ford walked Morales moments ago. In danger of walking Finley and getting the 9-hitter Stevens. This one fouled back. 3-2 the count. This game could be down to its final pitch. Kendall Ford trying to get her 5th win in the circle of the year. Riverside 6th of the season overall. The payoff pitch on its way. Popped up. There is Heine, and this one goes in the books as a 7-zip Riverside winner. It was scoreless after 4. Riverside put 1 on in the 5th, 3 on in the 6th, 3 more in the 7th. They moved to 6-7 and snap a 5-game skid. Back to wrap things up here in a moment on the KMA Extreme, online at KMAland.com.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
Sports teach our children important life lessons, like how to work together as a team and the importance of a great coach. TS Prosperity Group, a division of TS Bank, understands the importance of a successful team, especially when it comes to your finances. Let TS Prosperity Group be the coach of your financial team to help guide you to success with the goal of sleeping better, knowing your prosperity is protected for the next generation. Contact tsprosperitygroup.com to schedule your free 30-minute consultation today.
Welcome back to Shenandoah here on the KMA Extreme online, KMAland.com. We have gone final here tonight. Riverside beat Shenandoah 7-0. Don't let the score fool you. This was a lot closer of a game, at least through 5 innings, than the scoreboard will indicate. I know that's kind of a cliche, but it was scoreless going into the 5th. Riverside gets 1 on Ari McGlade RBI. Shenandoah gets a 2-out runner on, can't get it across. Riverside gets 3 in the 6th, including a big shot from Izzy Blummel that plates a run. Shenandoah again can't get anything on in the bottom of the 6th. Riverside able to get 3 on in the 7th, makes things a little bit easier for Kendall Ford. Shenandoah had a 2-out runner get on with a walk, but then Cassidy Stevens popped up to end the game and give Riverside the victory. It snaps a 5-game skid for the Bulldogs. They moved to 6-7 on the year. Kendall Ford, nothing super flashy from her. I think only 3 strikeouts in the shutout, but she put the ball in play a lot, only allowed 3 hits, couple of walks. She gets her 5th win of the season. The Bulldogs now get ready. They've got Missouri Valley tomorrow night, Audubon Friday night. Then they'll host the Riverside Classic on Saturday, where it looks like they'll play TJ and Sydney. As for Shenandoah, Jenna Berdorf, 4 really stellar innings. Things kind of got away from them in the 5th. She ended up getting relieved by Peyton Athan in the 7th. The Phillies, they suffer their 4th straight loss. They drop to 1-9 on the season. They'll turn around. They get a tough Creston team tomorrow, a doubleheader against St. Albert. They're at the Hill in Council Bluffs on Friday. That's a wrap tonight from Shenandoah. We'll be back at it tomorrow night. Austin McNorton will have high school baseball on KMA FM and video streaming at KMAland.com. Creston, Shenandoah, 7:30 start. I will see you guys Friday night on KMA FM. Rolling Valley Conference softball action. Woodbine, Exira Elkhorn, Kimballton from Woodbine. Looking forward to that one. That is a 5:30 start. Until then, saying so long from Shenandoah, where your final score tonight was Riverside 7, Shenandoah 0. For KMA Sports, I'm Trevor Mader.